As I said, one horror cannot justify another. There was a horror, but one horror cannot justify another. And the international community more and more are raising their voices, asking for this horror to stop. I travel to the region, I meet with the Israelis and Palestinian leadership and many other regional actors, and on that we have a concrete agenda. We are asking for the free of all hostages, to put an end to this man-made humanitarian catastrophe, to look for a solution for the day after, stop the illegal settlements and the aggressions against Palestinians in the West Bank. When the Oslo Agreements were signed 30 years ago, there were 4 times less settlers in the West Bank than today, which makes the two-state solution much more difficult. To avoid the spillover of this conflict in the region, which is becoming more and more difficult too, because you see the Houthis launching rockets against Israel and affecting the freedom of navigation in the Gulf. To combat anti-Semitism, also Islamophobia and Palestinophobia in Europe and elsewhere. I think that one has the right to criticize the state of Israel, the government of the state of Israel, without being qualified as anti-Semitism. I can disagree of how a government behaves without being qualified of anti-something. I can criticize the Franco government in my country when it was a dictatorship without being anti-Spanish. I can disagree of what is happening in some place without being anti this place. And in particular, I ask for the right to defend a two-state solution without being against the existence of the state of Israel. So we have to continue working in order that the regional and international partners look for a political solution that it can be this two-state solution, but the debate is open. If someone has other solutions, please, let's discuss about it. Because either there is two states, either there is one state, either there is not state at all. And I wouldn't like Gaza to become a new Mogadishu or a place without law and order, which could be the cradle for all kinds of violence and terrorist movement and irregular migration. All that is very complicated, and I think that we have to go to the essentials, and the essential is that we need a rules-based order. We need rules, because without rules, the ones who suffer more is the weak people. La loi protège. La loi ne opprime pas, la loi protège. C'est l'absence de loi qui opprime. It's lawless. When there is no law, when there is no freedom, when there is no protection of the more vulnerable, then this is the worst of the possible situations. And that's why we have to stand everywhere, every time, in front of everybody, for international law and the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, be it in Ukraine, in Israel, in Gaza, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, in Sahel, in Belarus. I haven't mentioned Belarus, Syria, or Myanmar.